So some people know him as Malcolm Tucker, others know him as the Doctor. But Peter Capaldi, I love this man right here. I love as the Doctor, this man's skill, his ability to channel every Doctor and still have a personality of his own was incredible. There were episodes where he might be, it's like, oh my God, is that William Hartnell? Or if you're a fan of Tom Baker, he managed to channel every Doctor, from mannerisms to the way they spoke, and he did it so well. This man he's also a Doctor Who fan. I mean, he said he's been a Doctor Who fan, writing into the BBC since he was a kid. So, yeah, to have him play the Doctor. Now, for Harry Potter, I heard rumors that he might play Dumbledore, which I think would be amazing. You have Dumbledore, who has a lot of trauma in his life, between the guilt of killing, feeling like he's responsible for his sister's death, the guilt with him and Grindelwald. So he has all this guilt, but not nearly as much guilt as the Doctor, the man who killed everyone on his planet. So not to mention the Doctor's how old at this point. I mean, he says he's 2000 at when I think he's talking to Clara, and he says that he's 2000 years old, which, you know, the Doctor, I think it was Matt Smith's doctor. He said that he's so old, and he lies to himself all the time. He doesn't even remember how old he actually is. That's how old he is. So him playing a character like Dumbledore, I know he'd be able to channel like Richard Harris, Michael Gambon, but also give Dumbledore his own, a personality of his own, which, if the script was right, be perfect. But rumor, not confirmed. Peter Capaldi to appear in Harry Potter series after Snape casting Backlash. Peter Capaldi might appear in the Harry Potter franchise, according to the rumor. The former Doctor Who, the former Doctor. I mean, if he's not, it's not. He wasn't Doctor Who. It was just the Doctor. You could say the former Doctor Who star, or the former Doctor Who lead. It's either that or just say the former Doctor. Uh, the former Doctor is being considered for a role in the upcoming HBO reboot. Though only a rumor at this time, confirmation of Peter Capaldi in the Harry Potter series could turn fan sentiments around following a string of controversial rumors and announcements. Yeah, like this man, like look at this crap. Come on, how could you not love this Doctor? And everyone says like this was the death of the Doctor, like he was the last Doctor. And people were pretty much, I've seen a lot when I've talked about Doctor Who. I've seen the same sentiment about this was the last time they watched Doctor Who was when he was the Doctor. Even though the last bit of him, his last run, you could tell some of that stuff was creeping in. The terrible writing and the ham-fisted messaging. He was, it was good, and he stuck true to what we know as the Doctor. The scene with him and the Master and Missy, and just trying to convince them to stand with him. It's like, why not? Just this once, just be kind. And then the Master is like, he's like, you see this face? This is the face of someone who didn't listen to a single word you just said. But then, like, meanwhile, Missy is listening, and eventually at the end of the episode, or around the end of the episode, Missy kind of, I mean, it's great. That moment with Missy and the Master, that moment is amazing. That moment is amazing, and but it's the whole thing with him. It was just be kind. Each Doctor kind of had a, kind of a little mantra almost, and for him it was just be kind, never be cowardly, never be cruel, never be cowardly, just be kind. Like this was a Doctor who, you know, he'd seen so much crap, and yet he was still fun and playful, and like we see him riding out on a freaking tank playing a guitar. I mean, this dude, which he can also play the guitar, by the way. He actually can play the guitar. But he was an amazing doctor. The Harry Potter series has continuously made the news over potential casting choices, and not all of which has been well received. The first instance occurred a year ago when the adult version of Hermione Jean Granger was race swapped to be a black woman in the Broadway play Harry Potter and the... Wait, what? Yeah, years ago. Why did it say a year? Yeah, it occurred years ago. Yeah, and then J.K. Rowling comes out like, oh, well, I never said that Hermione was white, despite the fact that her skin and everything was described in the books. But, you know, more recent example was the announcement of Papa Isidore, a black man who was considered for the role of Severus Snape, Mr. Potter. Filling the shoes of the late great Alan Rickman. Yeah, there's no way. There's just some characters you can, the main trio and all that. Yeah, you can replace them. But Alan Rickman, come on. No one is. You could be the best actor in the world, and you are never replacing that man. There is no way that your performance will even hold a candle to this man. And it's like, oh, it's not supposed to. It's the same character though. So he's still supposed to be a jackass while also holding in his true intentions. So, like, the reason why Alan Rickman was able to do it so well is because he knew Snape's fate. J.K. Rowling outright told him what was going to happen to his character. She's like, that's the one thing that she knew. She knew how Snape's story was going to end. So that's why he was so good at it. He knew what was going to happen. But now, since you've seen the movies, you've read the books, I don't think it could be portrayed, because remember, this was at a time where this was the first movie, and yet in her mind, she always knew what was going to happen to Snape. So the fact that Alan Rickman was in this role with the knowledge of what was going to happen to his character before any of the other books were even written, having that kind of knowledge really helped shape that character, and you could see it in the movie, with his acting. These casting choices were met with intense backlash from fans who wanted to see more accurate representations of their favorite characters and avoid political motivated race swaps. For more on Snape Backlash, yep. And other announcements have revealed that Albus Dumbledore, Albus Percival Wilfric Brian. I love how it's Brian. I think it was Albus Percival. Yeah, it was Percival Wilfric Brian Dumbledore. Albus Dumbledore may have been cast with either Mark Rylance or Gary Oldman. I mean, I love Gary Oldman. Great, is serious. He might be able to pull off Dumbledore, but I don't know. Peter Capaldi is most known for his portrayal of the 12th incarnation of the iconic Doctor. Yeah, amazing Doctor. Now he might get to play another iconic role in another iconic British staple. I hope he does. Reddit user citing insider sources reveal that Peter Capaldi is being considered for the role of in the next show, with many surmising that it could be Garrick Ollivander. That would be cool. Which would also really be, because Ollivander was played by John Hurt, who was also in Doctor who played, the War Doctor. So for Peter Capaldi, that would be awesome. And you saw Ollivander I mean, he's got the hair for it. So I could see him playing Ollivander. That would really be cool. I mean, it doesn't matter who this guy plays. It's Peter. It's Peter fucking Capaldi. It doesn't matter which role. He could be Harry Potter for all we care, and it would be amazing. So, the one maker of Diagon Alley in the movies, Ollivander is played by John Hurt, who's also played the war. Yeah, I just said that without even reading that. I already said that because if you're a fan of Doctor Who, you're like, wait, Ollivander was played by John Hurt. John Hurt was also in Doctor Who, playing a doctor, the War Doctor. Um, Peter Capaldi certainly looks the part. Yeah, that's what I said. Plus, it could be seen as something as an homage to John Hurt. Yeah, yeah, because since John Hurt died a while ago, um, an homage to John Hurt to have two doctors portray the same role. Yeah, that would really be cool. That would really be cool. If true, the casting alone might bring viewers in droves. Capaldi is an incredible actor, and his fans want to. Yeah, yeah. And from what people have said, people who have met him, he's just a genuine person. He's just genuinely nice. It's like he stays true to what his doctor was about. Just be kind. So, also he also has a famous nephew. So, uh, you know, that would actually be pretty cool to see his nephew there as well in the movie, in the show somehow. Maybe as a bard. But a rumor is just a rumor. Until HBO makes any official announcement, we can't be sure of anything. Yeah, grain of salt, obviously. It is Reddit after all. Um, got master of the TDS. Just as long as he never eats pears. They're all squishy. Um, he doesn't like pears. People are too eager to go to war. I'd say better to wait until things get more clear. Though I would say the Black Snape thing was probably an HBO leak to test the waters and see the limits. Who knows? That's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. I say and cut. And then it ends on Peter Capaldi. But yeah. At first I thought, maybe a Dumbledore type character, like Dumbledore. But seeing it's Ollivander and the connection, with him and John Hurt, how they were both doctors. And if you go and watch the 50th anniversary, like John Hurt's doctor, I mean, John Hurt, same thing, really good actor. And like, he's the one who, like that doctor, the war doctor, he was the one who ended all of Gallifrey, during the, last Great Time War with his people and the Daleks. So he was the one who wiped his people out. So, and you can sit there, and watch and really see like this man torn between doing the right thing and, it was so the 50th anniversary, that was really good. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch it. Even if you're not a Doctor Who fan, it's still really, really good. It's really good, really fun. But seeing him as Ollivander, he's already, as the Doctor, he already had like that crazy Ollivander hair type thing going on. How it's like when he first comes out as the Doctor, his hair is really short, but as the seasons and everything, his hair just comes out a lot more and a little more wild. Um, but to see him kind of in Ollivander as Ollivander, like I said, is like an homage to John Hurt. That'd be really cool. Um, who else would he really be good as? I don't want him as like a side character. I want him in the show. Um, huh. Head, nearly headless Nick. That'd be cool. I think that'd be really. That's around his kind of, his play off his good sense of humor, his comedic timing and all that. So you could play Nick. Um, but yeah, Dumbledore and Ollivander would be the top ones. But yeah, It's just a rumor, a film rumor, and hush. No, but yeah, Peter Capaldi, amazing actor, amazing guy, and if the rumor is true, I can't wait to see what it's gonna be. Um, as long as they don't give him Malcolm Tucker's mouth, which would be hilarious. Can you imagine that with Dumbledore or something, channeling a little bit of Malcolm? That would be Anyway, yeah, let me know favorite doctor, I guess. And why is it Peter Capaldi? No, I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, any Doctor Who with Peter Capaldi or whatever, your favorite Capaldi role, whatever you can think of. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.